What up, y'all? Saint Sonder coming out with some more Sparking Zero, and we're gonna go over relearning how to play Sparking Zero 3.0. And I made a previous video on the last patch that came out in December, making a little series on how to relearn how to play, just because they changed the mechanics. They had some new patch come out that just changed the gameplay a little bit, some of the fundamental gameplay of the game. And now with this new patch that just came out, I got it pulled up for you. This is from the official Bandai. Now, go check out some of my old videos. I made a previous video going over the patch notes in detail. It was pretty short. I just kind of went over them and just explained what they were and what to look forward to. But today, I really just want to talk about relearning how to play, what to look out for, how to utilize this new patch and this game mode adjustments to your advantage, and how to essentially just put yourself in a position where you can win more fights and honestly just have more fun. Because right now, Sparking Zero, for me, it's back, baby. It's back. I'm having so much more fun now playing, and it's just due to the quick match. A lot of people coming back because of the DLC. Now, it may be short-lived, but still having a good time. So right now, you can see I got it pulled up. This is the official Bandai website, and I'll have a couple clips playing for you guys, just going over some things right now. I was playing with some homies yesterday. This is my homie Nico. He hasn't played since the game came out, and honestly, I told him hop in a lobby, we'll run the fade, and honestly, I just kind of cheesed on him. I just cheesed on him just to do it. But game mode adjustments. We're gonna start here. So you see, I got it pulled up. They did a couple different things with the game mode, such as like episode battles, quick match, like I mentioned before. That's huge. But what we're really gonna talk about is the battle system adjustments and exactly just how to play. So I'm not gonna go into a tutorial on the certain buttons you're supposed to press and combos and stuff like that. I hope you know that. If you don't, hey man, go see Piccolo in that training room. But we're gonna talk about how I play and just basic fundamentals of the game. So right now, they nerfed the neutral. So last patch in December when they dropped it, neutral, that's where you got your two players just kind of not engaging at a safer distance and usually just throwing Ki Blast. Neutral zone was very hard to overcome, like very hard. And let me tell you, as a neutral player, as a passive player in general, it was kind of OP. It was meta. Like, people could not close the distance. And now they changed that. They changed up some Ki Blast mechanics. So you'll no longer be able to perform high-speed evasion when being hit, or smash Ki Blast. It will not be easier to hit when firing and moving. So these two things right here, I don't think people realize exactly what that means, but what I've noticed with the Ki Blast in this game is they've slowed it down. So you can't just you can't be doing high-speed evasions and throwing a Ki Blast unless it's a heavy one. But notice how if I'm moving, or if you're floating and flying and you're sidestepping trying to throw a Ki Blast in the neutral zone, you end up sending a barrage of Ki Blast. And now it's gonna be different, like kind of different animation for each character. But before, you could be floating around, flying and throwing as many Ki Blasts. And then they kind of changed it up. They slowed it down in the patch in December. But now, the Ki Blasts in general it's kind of changed. So now you just gotta pay attention to how you're using them. So the neutral zone's been nerfed. So Z dashing, I'm sure you know, has been nerfed. It costs 2 Ki bars now. But the dashing, so like that guy right there, I don't think he Z dashed towards me. I think he just flew towards me. I don't know. Master Roshi is just a little bit slower. Again, you can see perception. Perception got nerfed. So how we're gonna start this tutorial, or I guess this guide essentially, is what to look for. And right now, because super counters also got nerfed, let's see if I can find out where. But because super counter is getting nerfed, meaning now the timing between being able to perform an input has been increased. So if you miss your super counter, you just can't spam it anymore, which I'm cool with. I've had the conversation with some of my homies. I'm cool with that. I think that's more fair. So now you can run a full combo on somebody. And beforehand, I know for me, for example, or other players, we were scared to engage. You're scared to engage because at any moment you could be punished for engaging and trying to run a combo. There's little funky things like you're running a combo, and see how I did it twice. And I think it's just because of Yajirobe, because he's floating down, and as you try to follow up the combo, I'm still just punching in the air. So just little nuanced things that are happening, but overall, man, they did a good job, man. Bandai really stepped up, came to the plate, and right here I'm getting cooked. This is a player lobby. We did a DP. We were just messing around for my homie Nico, and this is a random that jumped in our lobby, and my homies were mad. They wanted me to kick him. So I told them, I was like, all right, let me just get him out of here then. I'm gonna straight cheese him and just get him out of here then so we can all play. But, so right now combos are looking good, super counters got nerfed, the key blasts have changed, neutral zone is a little bit more fair and just more, I don't know, reasonable. You know, look at that. The dude was able to close in on me. Yajirobe Z-Dash is kind of it's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if I think it's because he charges more ki faster. I don't think it uses less ki, he just charges it faster. So he can execute Z-Dashes way better. Here I'm getting cooked. So let's get back into it though, man. So if we're, with this new mechanics changing, we can run full combos. That's my biggest thing, is we can run a full combo. So now you don't want to be scared to engage now. It's cool, like now we can throw hands. Like look at this Yamcha. Look at this Yamcha. He's running a mean ass combo on him. Look at that. Leg sweep to lift strike. And so what I like to do, how I run my combo, and this is just me personally, because I still deal with, I've mentioned it before, I'm still dealing with the combo drops, and I'm still dealing with like an input delay. Now I've seen another streamer, I think he goes by the name of Kaizen Kuma. Go check him out. I watched some of his videos. I like that dude. But he was talking about the netcode issue. I don't know what that means essentially. I'll have to slide in his comments or message him or something, and maybe I'll watch some of his previous videos and understand what that means. But what I've heard is that causes a lot of issues with input delays. So what I like to do to just avoid that, I want to avoid as many possibilities as a mistake. TPing. Everybody's got like a natural wild sense. If you hit your attack button and then your banish button immediately after. A lot of players, I like to see them they do it, they hit once and then vanish. I like to do it twice, and I only do that just because, honestly, I'm already mashing my button. I'm already mashing my attack button, so it's just easier for me to hit it twice. And I don't know why twice I can break somebody if they activate a wild sense. I can just break it. Like if I do it on the first time, sometimes it doesn't activate their wild sense. So if I throw a hit and then vanish, sometimes their wild sense doesn't kick off. But if I do hit, vanish, see like his after image, I think he just ended up winning that engagement. But so I'll do a hit, and then a vanish. My goal is to get as much ki as possible, of course, before engaging. And then how I play, or what I see a lot of the top level players doing, is this. They're attacking and vanishing or sidestepping until they run out of ki or until they get the opponent's backside. And it's just the most meta mechanic. So you can see here, I'm doing it again. I'm attacking and TPing right behind them, or just in general, you can TP to the side. I've seen a lot of good players, they'll attack and TP backwards. So look at this. And he got a lucky super counter right there. I thought that was lucky. I don't think he meant to hit that, because when you're in that animation, when you lift strike them, it's actually a little bit, the timing to do it is even harder. And you can see here, man, this is my new main right here, this Piccolo. Bro, let me tell you, this dude is cracked. This combo right here does like 30,000 damage, man. Look at that shit, dude. That did 15, but he didn't have that much health left anyway. So that's probably, for me, fundamental, is the engagement, movement, and your combos now. Because you can run a full combo. And what I was saying is, just for me to open them up when I start an engagement, I'm attacking and then TPing, and I'm doing that until I either get their back or until you just, quite frankly, run out of ki. And I've noticed, I play a lot of Z ranks, I played a lot of S ranks. This is what they're doing at the highest level. They're attacking and TPing until one or the other. They get someone's back or they just run out of ki. And more times than not, when you got two players playing like that, you both end up running out of ki, and then you're just forced to run the hands. And now what I've learned is, going back to not being afraid to engage, not being scared to engage, now I'm not afraid to just run a combo. So I'll just throw in a combo, whereas for me, I'm on PlayStation, so square, square, triangle, square, 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 triangle, square, triangle. I'm not scared to just hit it, because I know now, them hitting a super counter is less likely. So I'm just gonna run my combo. So don't be scared to engage. When you're in that step-in barrier, a good thing I'm looking out for is if I knock them back. So whether if I hit a perception or I just block it or whatever it is, whenever you hit them and knock them back, just not knock them back to where they go flying, and you do a follow-up, just a little, like a recoil knockback, like that one, like right there, when I dash in on them. When I'm doing a knockback like that, what I look for, and it works almost 90% of the time, 9 times out of 10 it works, unless you got like a cracked player who's just locked in. When you do that knockback, that little recoil knockback that makes them step back a little bit after a hit or a perception, step in. You want to step in. You don't want to keep attacking. You don't want to, maybe even a vanishing attack you could get away with, but that little distance, I've noticed even with a vanishing attack, the opponent is still able to switch positions or turn on you if you hit a vanishing attack, and hit their perception, block it, sidestep, whatever. They just have better time to react. And the point of the game is you don't want to give them any time to you don't. If they're reacting, you want to confuse them. You want to give them mixed signals on what to react to. And so when you hit a step in, when you knock them back, that's the perfect time for you to react to what they're going to do when they see you step in like that. So I step in. I hardly ever attack them facing forward, just because you can either get blocked, perception, or super. It's just easier. It's just you're less likely to get something off if you're attacking them from the front. And man, bro, I am just running it on this kid. Let's see if I can. Let's see here. Let me get another little. Let me rewind this, and I'm going to just really show here. I think I did it with Yamcha, didn't I? So let me see if I can get an example of what I mean. But what I'm saying is when you knock them back, you want to hit a step in. And why I'm doing that is because it gives you time to react to what they're going to do. And they're trying to react to what you want to do. Look at that. Sidestepping, getting his back. And me, when I'm sidestepping, I'm already pressing my combo, which is why you'll see me kind of attacking the air. And that's kind of okay. Sometimes you can get away with it. That's okay because if you're playing, like I said, trying to TP that. So if you are attacking and you miss and you're just swinging in the air, you can still hit your TP. It's a perfect time to hit your TP because more than likely they're going to try and take advantage of your back being there. They're going to take advantage of you turned around. But you can use that advantage. You can use that moment to your advantage. So if you're behind them punching midair, you can still TP. And if they try to follow up and take advantage of that, then you're most likely to end up behind them. So I want to rewind this a little bit. And I think I pulled it off on either Yajirobe or the Cyberman, but I just want to highlight and show the most effective mechanic that I'm using that has the highest level of success. So everybody should know now, sidesteps are pretty meta right now. They really buffed the sidestep. They just made it more useful. So look at this. I hit a perception and that little knockback, and you see how I stepped in? That little knockback is what you want. See, I didn't do it there. So look at this. He's coming at me. Boom. This is 344. Let's go back just 334. So you'll see again, I'm about to switch to Yamcha. And for the players that already know this, good. But for the ones who just don't, I was playing with a homie and he was like, man, how is it like you know what I'm going to do? It's because I'm taking that step in. And I'm giving myself, and I'm letting you react to what I, so watch. Something like that, I step in. And then I sidestep. And then because I was attacking midair, you can see here, I hit my perception, knockback, step in, sidestep. And because I was attacking in midair, I was able to just vanish still. And because I was attacking in midair, he tried to grab me, I ended up getting that off of me. Because it's the same input, whether you're trying to vanish or get a block off. Look at that. Boom. I knock him back. I didn't do it that time, but look, I hit this perception, and this goes for any knockback. Boom, step in, sidestep. Step in, and then sidestep, I'm attacking, I vanish. And I'm really it's just a matter of flow, you know? There's nothing wrong with just attacking, and then if you gotta vanish. Let's see if I hit it again on the Cyberman. But that's 101, man. That's really a big part of the play is your combos, running your combos, your movement, and that's just, you can get away with a lot right there. Movement and combos right now. Just They really made this game fun, playable. People complain about not throwing hands and stuff like that. You really incentivize and encourage now to just run the fade and throw hands. Boom, step in, sidestep. Look at that. I did it again. I got his back. Let's see, I vanish that. Boom, I knock him back. I step in and sidestep. And that's like I said, that's the meta right there. That is the meta movement. That's the best mechanic you can take advantage of. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, it works to your advantage, because when you hit that step in, you're making them react to what you're gonna do. They don't know what you're gonna do. So when you step in like that, you got plenty of options. And what I told one of my friends was, he was asking how I'm able to read him so well, is because you have to understand what your opponent's options are at a given moment. So right now, he doesn't have any option. When I have his back like that, he didn't have any option but to super counter. And you as a player should know that. You should know what their options are at any given time. So I rewinded it a little bit, so right there he blocked that, but right there, he banished one of those. That was good. See, I banished that. Boom, knockback, step in, and then sidestep. But you need to know what your opponent's options are. So when you have that split second when you knock them back and you step in, what are your options? You can either just go for an attack straight to their face with low likelihood of success because you're facing them. They can either super counter, block, perception, whatever. You can either attack them, you can either sidestep them, you can grab them, you can throw a ki blast. And it's really about probability and risk versus reward. So if I go to attack them in their face, the likelihood of me getting something off, punishing them, is very unlikely. I'm not going to be able to do much, or the likelihood of me executing is just very low. If I throw a ki blast in their face, what's the reward versus the risk? Well, if I throw a ki blast, they could still block it. They could deflect it. They could even bounce it back at me and just throw it right back in my face and cause some damage and knock me out of my rhythm. See how we're doing it? Look, sidestep in, TPs, sidestep in, TPs, attack, TP, sidestep, attack, TP. Very mundane, very repetitive. So look at that. I did it again, even with his back turn. Even with his back turn. I'm banishing, get a little charge in there, boom, sidestep, boom, that knockback. Look at that knockback. That little recoil hit, and then look, I go for the step in, boop. And because his back was turned, I stepped in and tried to just continue my combo. But that's what I'm saying. When you step in like that, it gives you time to react. And a lot of times, if you just go and attack immediately after you knock them back, look at Piccolo, you can kind of see his silhouette, but Piccolo's already facing towards me. He already changed positions. That's why that step in is so crucial, because it gives you time. It gives you time to read them while they are reacting to what you're gonna do. And that is the meta. Boom, step in. Did it again. Oh, that was perfect. Look at him. Look at him. He's stuck. Look at him. That was perfect. That was perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that's what you want to aim for, because it gives you, look at this. Boom, that knockback. I stepped in, sidestep behind him. Boom, running my combo. Running my combo. And he got lucky with the, I rewinded this, so maybe it's the same one, but he got lucky with that super counter. I'm telling you. Because I run this little move on him, bro. This 15,000 damage. Stupid. Stupid. That's the key. That's the meta. That's the tech right there. That's something I think a lot of players, especially if you're lower rank, like I was playing my homie, he just started, he's a D. If you're in the D's, C's, B's, hell, even A ranks, this is what you really want to get. You want to get in almost a habit. To me now, it's second nature. It's second nature. As soon as I see them get knocked back, I'm already stepping in. And it's second nature to me because I'm trying to read them. And that is the meta. That's the key. That's the key mechanic. That's just something that a lot of players can look for to take advantage of. That's going to give them way more opportunities and engagement. Going to let them win more engagements. Going to give them a bigger advantage, better position. Just overall, it's just the best. You go according to game theory, it's the best move. It's your best option. And that's what you're wanting to look for. So going back to what I was saying, you really want to pay attention to what your opponent's options are. Like, what can they do at any given moment? So I see this guy, we're at neutral. I knew right then. We're neutral. I'm thinking to myself, like, what can he do? He can either throw some ki blast, he can Z-dash me. That's really it. He can throw a super. He can throw a super from neutral all the way across the map. I just know the likelihood of him hitting it is very unlikely. See, look at that. That's what he did. He tried to do a super. I'm ready for those. And if you don't know the counter to those, your best counter, especially for someone like Gohan Beast, who's just, or MUI Go, someone who's just stupid fast. Your best, I guess your best option in that moment is to Z-dash at them and hope for a clash. That's your best option. And I threw my super right there. One, because again, I was just trying to, this is a rando in our lobby and we're trying to get him out of there. But I really do that against people that I know have wild sense, just to throw it off. If I throw a super and it's supposed to hit, but I don't hit it because their wild sense went off, for me, that's a win. I just made you use up your wild sense without having to risk getting punished. And you use up your wild sense, you're down some skill points, whatever. That's just my technique. Look at this, he does it again. And boom, I hit it again. I already know what I'm looking out for because I know what his options are. I know what he is giving. Like, I know what he can do at any given time. Look at that, I did it again. I did it 3 times. Did it 3 times. I was ready for it. Boom, and look at that, I hit him with it. I hit him with a super, get him out of there. And honestly, this kid, I know he was mad because he joined up and we created a new lobby and he took one of my homie spots and readied up before we could kick him out. Sorry, bro, if you're out there and you ever see this, I'm sorry, bro. And he ended up crashing out in the middle of the fight with my homie just because he couldn't, bro. It was too overwhelming, bro. We've been in this hyperbolic time chamber training, bro. You didn't know? I think he just wanted to get some DP battles in, and maybe try out some characters because he had like the meta team. He had the new DLC Piccolo and Gohan. Those for DPs are actually stupid good. And then he had like Master Roshi and Yajirobe. That told me like he's being try hard because you're using the meta characters for DP. Yeah, man, it's all about, hey, and that just comes with, this just comes with putting hours into the game, playing it so many times, getting online on ranked. Quite frankly, getting on ranked, as frustrating as ranked is, that's where you get the best. That's where you get the best practice because that's where you see the meta. That's where you see the most cheese, and that's where you can learn to play around certain mechanics, and not only play around them but use them to your advantage. So, like for example, the super dash attacks in this game right now are busted. Like, it is very hard to banish super attacks, and it's almost a numbers game. I made a little series on cheesing to Z rank just to show like anybody can get to Z rank just by using the meta cheese. Like, it's totally doable. And by doing that, what I learned, it's more of a numbers game. Like, if you throw out enough supers, they're only going to be able to dodge so many. Like, it's only a matter of time before they get hit with 1 or 2, and 1 or 2 is enough to change the course of a match or a game. Yeah, man. This game right now, bro, we're having a lot of fun. Like I said, the quick match play, just the patch update with some of the battle adjustments, perception being nerfed, super counters being nerfed, and I hit it earlier. One other thing I wanted to talk about. So we talked about super counters being nerfed, we talked about perceptions, we talked about just some fundamental mechanics, what to look for. The last thing I want to touch on, I don't remember where it was, I just saw it. Revenge counters. They finally made revenge counters useful and worth a damn. So beforehand, when the game first came out, let's just go over a recap. When the game first came out, revenge counters cost 2 skill points. 2 skill points. Revenge counters just weren't worth it. They really just weren't worth it because 2 skill points to use a revenge counter, like, that's a lot of resources. And then in December when they dropped the new patch, they made it 1 skill point. But the thing is when you hit a revenge counter, the opponent could react to it, like, immediately. With no recourse, with no penalty, he just react to it. So essentially you could hit a revenge counter and break someone's combo, but nothing would happen. They'd either hit you back, they'd perception your revenge counter, whatever. Now, I hope I rewinded back far enough, because I wanted to showcase that. I did it twice. Now when you hit a revenge counter, dude, it actually does something. Like, it actually gets them off you. Boom! Look at that. Beforehand, that wasn't the case. Oh my god, and then I hit him with a super. Beforehand, that wasn't the case. I just did it again. So, like, and this is the perfect opportunity too to do the same mechanic I was just talking about. The same mechanic. So even when you hit a revenge counter, it does a little recoil knockback as well. revenge counters, they finally are what they should be, honestly. They're finally what they should be. They are used to break, they're used for dire situations to break combos. So going back to what I said, whenever you know somebody is gonna use a super attack, you can Z-dash it to counter it and force a clash. That's the best mechanic, is to force a clash. It's the best option, especially someone like Gohan Beast, who's just fast. You don't know if you're decisive. Hit my revenge counter, boom! Look at that. And then I use my super in return. I knew he didn't have his wild sense, so I just popped it, had enough ki. And this is all just outthinking him, not outplaying him. I'm not gonna even say here I'm better than him at combos or movement. I don't think I'm better than him at those things. I might not be. I could be, I don't know. But all I know is I'm playing the fundamentals at my disposal better. I'm using my available options better than him. I'm recognizing where I'm at. I'm recognizing what his options are. And I'm really not even trying hard. This is just a quick play. Boom, force a clash. But yes, that's the last thing I wanted to touch on was the revenge counters, man. Revenge counters are clutch now. So that's what you want. And if you don't know, a lot of players probably just don't even know that revenge counters are useful because they've been so irrelevant since the start of this game. Revenge counter here. Boom! That was perfect. Beforehand, especially like someone like Gohan Beast, before this patch, man, I don't know what they did, but before you hit a revenge counter, they would just punch through it. They just perception it, sidestep, vanish it, whatever. Like they were almost essentially useful unless they had like 1 HP and it was a game-winning hit and they had no skill points, they had no ki, and you just hit it. That's the only time it was like useful. Like a game-ending match, you could use it maybe. But hey man, this video ran a little bit longer than I wanted to. So thanks for tuning in if you checked it out. I'm gonna drop a couple more videos on this little series, relearning how to play Sparking Zero 3.0. Just going over some tutorial, maybe do some more gameplay, whatever. But if you stayed to the end of this, man, hey, thanks a lot. Stay tuned, we're dropping more Sparking Zero. We've been playing Marvel Rivals. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Come check me out everywhere at Saint Sonder. Go check out my Twitch. We stream regularly. We stream, chill, have fun. We got shows in the background, whether it's full movies, you know, series, whatever. Especially when we're doing Marvel Rivals, we like to keep it Marvel themed. If we're doing Dragon Ball, we like to keep it Dragon Ball themed. But we're out there having fun. Come check me out. Come join the Discord. But until then, stay tuned. Thank you.
This fool tried to pop a sensu bean. Idiot. Sorry, I had to cook this fool real quick.